Andy, you run the Techworld Award Cloud project, Net Evidence, and an ABF subsidiary, Network Management in the Cloud.
That's what we do.
How do you do it?
Basically, we have designed a solution that allows us to reach into both public networks, private networks, the networks that run businesses' applications, the applications that they rely on for their businesses to operate. And basically we monitor those applications and the network infrastructure beneath them, as well as the applications on top, from the cloud on a completely pay-as-you-go, all OPEX basis. Their business outcomes are efficiency, cost effectiveness, transparency from their providers, and they only pay for what they consume, rather than having to invest upfront in something extensive and multifaceted that they may not get value from. So they can grow into it as fast as they choose.
Very important point, isn't it?
Especially in today's climate.
Yeah, they can grow into it as businesses move around very rapidly.
Absolutely.
They don't want to be stuck with a big fixed infrastructure.
No, well, their network has evolved. They've got their biggest offices are in the UK and in Los Angeles. They've got this network that connects the two head office locations, and they weren't sure they were getting what they needed, and so their provider wasn't giving it to them in enough granularity. They already used our services through another avenue, and they basically rang us up and said, this is our problem, we need to know that we're getting what our SLAs say, and we need to know that we can then reflect that back to the business who fund the network to show that IT have picked the right vendor and I've got the right solutions.
I think proof of that your SLAs are being met is extraordinarily important for IT organisations today.
Well, these days the uptime isn't enough. We're dealing with centralised, virtualised applications. Latency is can be the killer in a globalised organisation.
That's a very good point.
And if you can't get to it, it might as well be down. And so the ability to reach around the world, touch those points, whether they're big or small, and in Jermaine's case, their network is both big and small. We could reach out to everywhere and give them one central view of all the different vendors that supply them, regardless of geography, through one portal.
Could they come up with an ROI? Have they shared an ROI on it with you, or are they just happy customers?
Well, the principal one was, could they actually demonstrate back to the business that the business's investment had actually been delivered? It also helps them with capacity management, right? What you might call right sizing. So don't overinvest, don't underinvest. As I say, the big killer here is latency. Understand what's consuming your resources, who's consuming it, because those bubble up to the business. And the business doesn't really care how you deliver.
No, of course.
They care just that you deliver. And the problem is that IT traditionally has to, rework that data extensively to make it presentable to the board, whereas we've done all that rework for them, and all they literally need to do is just lift the data straight off, paste it in, and present it to the board.
How quickly can they deploy your product?
Jermaine's was live in 4 days. And they had the answers to what they needed within 48 hours of going live.
And they carry on paying you? And
the bottom line was that they wanted to keep paying, and they were on the phone at the end of last week and the beginning of this week asking to extend the network, the monitoring out even further.
Andy, thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
Great product, Net Evidence, great project. Well done.